Zechariah 8. Alright,
Yeah, that's crazy because I got
Shalom, Brother Kadash.
Shalom to Brother Quinat.
I want to start off by giving our praises to you.
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash.
Just a little bit what we was talking about, of course, the Trump attempted assassination, which is it's crazy because they said and we just gonna go off the spirit. We're gonna go off the spirit on a bunch of different topics of pretty much what's been going on throughout the week. And they were saying, it was just, he got shot in the ear, so it was just a centimeter from the temple, right? And he would have probably been dead, you know what I mean? But even if he didn't die from the shot, it would have took him out the race at least. You just got shot in the head, it's over with. You gotta go sit down somewhere. But they said that if he would have died or been assassinated, they said that the stock market would have crashed, and they said that civil war would have broke out in the streets. Now I believe that, the white militias and all that, the white boys, I believe they're scared of the government. So I want something to happen where we can call their bluff and see if they really gonna ride or not, if they're scared. Because Esau nature is, when he has the advantage, when it comes to blacks, or the whites, or the so-called blacks, which are the Israelites, the whites, which are the Edomites, they're tough. They're tough because they got advantage of technology, they got advantage of unity, they got advantage of strategy, they got advantages over us. So they tough when it comes to, I got my guns, and if a nigga try to come through this neighborhood and steal, I'm gonna shoot him. They tough when it comes to us. But are you tough when you ain't got the advantage and you got to fight against the big bad government? And that's what I see coming from them, is that they not really tough. They only tough when they got the advantage. Same thing with coming to America. They had the advantage with superior technology. That's why they was tough. But when it's fair, then they get scared. So I wanted they bluff to be pulled, and if Trump would have got assassinated, then we would have, then the burden would have been on them to show how tough they is by fighting against the government. But they not gonna fight against the government. They just want to fight against us because we weak. You see what I'm saying? So they missed. And they missed. Now that just made Trump one of the most powerful known people in America. If he wasn't already that, it just made him even more powerful. And white pride is going to be at an all-time high. See, I was looking, if he would have got assassinated, so I would have been in front of the white boys' faces. You got to go to work, you got to go to business and shit like that. And I would have been in front of their faces smirking. Like, damn, what y'all gonna do, man? What y'all gonna do? But now it's the opposite. Now they gonna be in my face smirking. Yeah, Trump is a warrior. He's a gangster. He's a G. He survived. You see that? So it's bad for us right now, man. But you got to see what else is gonna happen. This same thing happened. If you look at the movie 300, and that was the Spartans, which were Greeks, versus the Persians. That battle actually happened. That's a real battle that happened, right? Because the Greeks took over after the Persian and Medes, Babylonians, right? I'm not saying that. Babylonians, Persian, Medes, Greeks, then Romans, right? So there actually was wars between the Greeks and the Persians, right? And then when you see that movie, the Spartans, he took a shot at I think they call him Xerxes, and he missed, and it hit Xerxes like cheekering.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminds me of what just happened with Trump. Because today they don't throw staffs or whatever. Now it's guns. And he took a shot just like that and missed and hit his ear. But, Xerxes, he was mad about it because he never bled. He was like one of those type of worship type motherfuckers like Pharaoh. And he never bled before like that. So he was mad about it. But it was kind of showing strength that he survived. But then what happened? At the end, the Persians still was conquered. They still was defeated. They still went down. So yeah, Trump survived it, but America's still gonna go down at the end of the day. So yeah, it's kind of like, damn, you know what I mean? Like all hell could have broke loose. We was a centimeter away from all hell breaking loose, and it didn't happen. So it was like, damn, we still here. You know what I mean? But you got to just remind yourself that everything is for a reason. If the Lord wanted him dead, the Lord would have took him out. The Lord could take him out in a stroke or a heart attack tonight if he wanted to. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord didn't ordain for him to be put to death. You see what I'm saying? So I always say things got to get worse for us before things get better, because that's what Jacob's trouble is talking about, right? So yeah, it's not just gonna be he get killed, all hell break loose. Nah, it's gonna be where shit is gonna be so bad on us, man. The Israelites. Because that's going to force us that's that correction that's gonna force us to get our act together. Cause we gonna see it and be like, damn, shit just so bad. We can't get, hey man, we gotta do something. We gotta put aside all this bullshit and come together. And then that brings me to what else been happening throughout the week with the whole Sakari thing and the breaking up of the camp and stuff like that. I don't really want to touch on any situation, ain't in our business, but just touching on just the basics of the situation, that it proves that this ain't about no camp. Cause when I seen those two brothers leave, you know, I just asked the question, are they still in the truth or are they still doing the work? If the answer is yes, then all that other shit don't matter. What name, camp name, gang name you going by, that shit don't matter. They still in the truth and they still doing the work, and that's all that matters. They ain't separate from the Lord. Separating from a camp, that don't matter. That happens all the time, man. Some of you talking about the second biggest member in Sakari separate. So that show you that happens all the time, and that's not important. What's important is you separating from the Lord or not. Who cares? You know, everybody got opinions. Maybe this happened, maybe that happened. Hey, all I wanted to see, because Israel knows it. We gonna see what's going on. And all I want to see is the brothers still in the truth and they still following the Lord. And the answer was yes. Did all that other shit and the reason why they separated, that don't matter. They still in the truth and they still doing the work. That's all that matters. Get that Zechariah 8, but I don't know where it's at. Like, maybe like, oh, I got it here. You ain't got it. You got it. Can you get that from 14? Zechariah 8 from 14.
Zechariah 8 verse 14. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, saith the Lord of hosts, and I repented not. So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates.
Go join. These are the things you should do. Go join the camp and then compete against other camps for who got the truth. It didn't say that. It just said, look, speak. So it's showing you, look, every man must work out his own salvation. Every man's the king of his own household, right? And you got to follow all law, statutes, and commandments. That's how we can come together. This ain't about groups and shit like that. It's, hey, just speak the truth to your neighbor. That's it. These are the things we should do. Speak the truth, which is just teaching the truth to your neighbor, which are fellow Israelites. That's it. And execute righteousness, meaning don't just speak the truth, but live it. Follow it. Follow the righteousness, right? If you know, something happened, let's just say, according to the law, if a man steals, you know, he's supposed to pay back double. You know, stuff like that. Like keep the high holy days, honor your mother and your father. You know what I mean? Don't commit adultery. If you got the chance to commit adultery, don't commit it. You know what I mean? Like that's executing the truth. That's executing the truth in your gates in your house. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're told to do. All this extra stuff y'all doing, that's why I say it don't matter. It's bullshit anyways. Because that's all extra shit that we wasn't really told to do. When you separate yourself into groups, what it do is it cause competition and it causes us to fight against each other. That's why we don't need to be separated in groups. We need to be one group, which is the body of the Lord, which is Israel. You see what I'm saying? Because look, when you look at places like Jacksonville or Louisiana, right? They splitting themselves. I was looking at the wars that was going on. And there was so many groups. You got 1,200 boys, you got ATK, you got KTA, you got this boy and that. And what they doing? They all just separating the city into territory and fighting against each other when they all could just be one.
That's the wrong thing to do.
But they cousins and shit. Yeah. Like my cousin in ATK, I'm in KTA.
Right.
My brother is. I see the dude was on live. He was laughing that his cousin got killed, his blood cousin, because he was a part of a different gang. Just because he might have grew up in a different neighborhood.
Just like the rapper Lil Zay Osama. He got a whole song called "Fuck My Cousin."
Yeah, that shit go on in Chicago. It go on everywhere, and the shit's stupid. And the shit is so stupid. So that's what you get when we separate ourselves into these camps and these gangs and these groups. You're gonna get competition, man. Envy, competition, hatred. The Lord, we already got one group. The children of Israel. And then if you break that down even more, then you got the 12 tribes of Israel. We already got that, man. We don't need more. And what is called, I forgot the term, but Esau uses this term, fractional. It's like, I forgot the term, like splinter, but it's like fractional, like they became fractionized. But that's not the actual term, but it's on that, because I kind of forgot it, but it's like they became fractionized. So Esau knows, like, when you become fractionized, you can't stand, you're weak. What did Esau, the advantage Esau had over the Native Americans to take America was that the Native Americans was fractionized. They weren't together as one. They was together as a whole bunch of little small groups. So all Esau had to do is come fight this group, take them out, take territory. Then fight this one. Then fight this one. Then fight, because Esau came as a unit, combined, unified. Coming to America as a unit. So they were able to destroy all these smaller tribes and absorb their land and them, and then fight against the bigger ones. You see what I'm saying? Because soon as Esau came and fought against one tribe, that tribe was supposed to go to the other tribe and say, look, we got an enemy. We together. They over here. Then they would have been able to band together, unify, and destroy Esau. But they couldn't because they was fractionized to all these Blackfoot, Cherokee, Sox, you know, red skins, just all these different groups.
Yeah,
So
and I was gonna say, because and then what we don't realize is we acting like the Edomites when we move like that. Because when you read the Bible and you look at the British and the Grecians and all of those different names, but they all really, in the Romans, they all really was the same people, right? But they was fighting against each other because they was fractionized.
Yep.
They were from different parts of the world, but they didn't realize that they all was the same. And so that's what we doing.
Yep.
By being around them, we taking on that, but we doing it to ourselves.
Divide and conquer.
You see what I'm saying?
But the Lord said that's why we got the law, statutes, commandments, because we'd be the most powerful people if we unified together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But you got it.
This 2 Corinthians 6:17, it say, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Right? So we not separate from each other, but separate from them, the other nations, right? Because when we around them, we start to accumulate their customs and start act like them. And now we moving like them. You see what I'm saying? It say, and be ye separate, saith the Lord. Right? So that's what we need to do. We need to unify with each other and separate ourselves from being like the other nations.
And separate from the other nations. Because when that's the whole thing with Martin Luther King, MLK. We were separate from them.
Yeah.
But when he integrated us with them, then that gave them more power over us to control us and to divide us more. Now we divided based off cities that you know what I mean? I'm from New York, I'm from LA. We divide based off colors, red, blue, black, green. We divided based off names. And even in this truth, we divided based on made up camps. You see what I'm saying? So it's still that same bullshit. So we got to get back to the point where, look, none of the camp shit matter. We just Israelites. And we could break bread. Like, if we see some brothers, right, if they from certain groups and they was walking by, they wouldn't even deal with us. We calling on the same name. We got the same Lord. And they wouldn't even stop by. They made waves or some shit like that. But they won't even stop by to break bread with us because they can't get on our camp. Because they are part of that group. You see how stupid that shit is, man? This shit is bigger than a group. This shit is about, because the elect, everybody say it's for the elect. It's only for the elect. But the elect, if you look at the numbers, it's way bigger than your little small group, man. And the Lord didn't come for that. He didn't come for just, I'm just going to pick this little small group. Even a remnant. A remnant is millions of people still. Right? So this shit is bigger than that, man. You know, and this is what we're dealing with. This is the reason why we're still here. This is the reason why the Trump assassination didn't. Can you get that in Luke 21? I think starting at verse like 24. This is the reason why the Trump assassination, why it wasn't his time. Why we still here in hell. Why all hell hasn't broken loose. Do y'all understand how close we was to all hell breaking loose? Man, we would have seen the true colors of this devil come out if they would have assassinated Trump, man. And they missed.
Luke 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Right. So, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's why Trump wasn't assassinated. Because the times of the Gentiles have not been fulfilled yet. We still in hell.
Yeah, it's still other prophecies that gotta take place before all hell breaks loose.
So what does that mean? That means it's still more work that we gotta do.
Exactly. Keep going.
Yeah.
25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Can you get that in second address 15, like at verse 14 or 19, one of those, right?
You said verse what?
Could be like verse 15, 14 or something like that. But yeah, you know, we was that close. You know, so we waiting for the times. It says until the times of Gentiles be fulfilled. And we already know we've been trodden down. We've been led into captivity. You know what I mean, by our enemies, the Gentiles, the other nations. But we waiting for that time to be fulfilled, man.
Yeah. And
But-
we can.
But I was gonna say that it ain't the Lord waiting on us.
Yeah. Yeah, we could look at that as a sign. As I feel like we should look at that as a sign, like it's kind of like a warning shot, like, okay, boom, you see what I'm saying? Because that would have shook the world right there. That would have shook the world up. But it's almost like a warning shot. Like it's shit finna come. You see what I'm saying?
It's like a double one. It's a warning shot to Esau and them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this shit finna get serious. Y'all finna go down.
Time running out.
Yeah, but then it's a warning to us, like, look, like the Lord, like, look, open your eyes. I could bring you in the end at any point in time.
Yeah, y'all bullshit.
Man, and y'all bullshitting, y'all need to, this why I did it, because y'all bullshit. But this close, Trump could have been dead and the stock market would have crashed, all hell would have broke loose. So the Lord, like, I mean, yesterday we just chilling, we doing different things. I'm chilling, I'm at crib in the bed. I'm not thinking about all hell breaking loose and this might be the end. I done left my shit in my car. I ain't even put the shit under. I'm good. I'm like, ain't nothing going on, you know what I mean? I'm chilling, you know what I mean? I'm worried about some other shit. I'm not thinking about all hell breaking loose. But then the Lord gave, that's like a warning that the Lord gave, like, look, you could be in bed and an hour later all hell could be broken loose. I could make this shit happen just like this. But y'all bullshitting though. So that's why I didn't do it. That's how I'm taking it, as a warning, like, man, we got more work to do. We gotta stop fucking bullshitting. We gotta let go the bullshit shit to the side, and we gotta focus on what the Lord commanded us, which we just read. And we gotta do that in Zechariah 8. Because the Lord can bring it in at any time. He just showed us.
It's like if you a drug dealer or something, and you know you cranking out your crib, you pumping hella drugs out this crib, and you start seeing the police sitting around in different areas and corners and shit. Now at that point right there, you should shut down shop. That's a warning. You see what I'm saying? At this point, like what we just seen, at this point, I feel like vice versa though. You see what I'm saying? Like at this point, we need to just really turn shit up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We really need to just turn shit up.
Fuck all that money shit. Fuck all that entertainment shit. No, we gotta go harder than the truth. I was just watching a video yesterday of some elders. I think it was ISUPK versus the KKK, and they was on like a talk show. You seen that one?
No.
They was sitting up there on that talk show, and they was bringing out the truth and how hard they was going. All I could do when I was watching, I was like, yeah, we ain't going that hard. And I ain't talking about just me and him.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from what I see as the different camps and the leaders of Israel and that bullshit. When I see that, I'm like, even they not going as hard as they was. They was on fucking like Jerry Springer or some shit like that. I don't know what show it was, but some big, like one of the biggest shows during that time. And they was bringing out the truth in front of white crowds and shit. Telling them y'all going to slavery. Talking about y'all going to slavery. This shit was like, I think in the 90s or 80s, one of those. So talking about y'all going to slavery. We are the children of Israel. And they was going against the KKK. I'm like, man, look how hard, look how much pressure look how much hell they was raising. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, ain't none of them going this or that hard today. Them boys got up there and they said, look, look, the Edomites gonna be put to death. Y'all gonna go into slavery. We seen Bishop Nate just get on one and tell the dude, yeah, we don't hate white people. But the Bible say the Lord hate Esau and hate his enemies. We supposed to follow the Lord, right? So then the Lord hates Esau, then we supposed to hate Esau. The man got on it. You know what the man was asking you when he talked about white people. You could have answered. I would have accepted if you would have answered and said, look, we hate Edomites. And Edomites are known as the white people, but just not all white people. I would have been, if you said that, you got to talk about, come on, man. We ain't going as hard as they was going. We playing around and shit like that. But the Lord showed us in a split second, all hell could break loose. The Lord could bring it all hell in an hour from now. 30 minutes from now, all hell could break loose. So why haven't the Lord? Because he waiting on us. You got that?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get this precept first, because this going on. This Hosea 5. What I just said. All right. This Hosea 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offenses and seek my face, and in their affliction they will seek me early. So the Lord said, look, he waiting on, he said he's gonna go and return to his place until we acknowledge our offenses. That's our whole thing, is we trying to get the leaders of Israel and the camps, the bigger camps, right, that got the people eyes on them, is we trying to get them to acknowledge their offenses. We trying to show y'all, look, with this separating this camp shit, that's an offense. You know what I mean? The adding to the Bible, that's an offense. The taking away from the Bible, that's an offense. The hatred for your brother, the competition, the strife, teaching out of strife, that's all an offense. You going off. That's all we trying to tell y'all. Y'all need to come together. Y'all need to be able to sit down and come together as the children of Israel. You know, you got it.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
What's that called? That's civil war. You know, and then it's the hatred and the racism shit, because they gonna fight against us too.
Yeah.
When they true nature come out and they fighting against the government, they gonna be trying to shut down cities and shit. They gonna be fighting against us too.
It's gonna be lawless.
It's gonna be all hell breaking loose, like the Purge, man. Everybody gonna be fighting against each other. Now, we was that close from a civil war happening. One people fighting against another people fighting against the government. The law enforcement.
Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
What do you think they try to kill Trump? That's not regarding their kings and their princes. If they would have assassinated him, what you think would have happened? What this is explaining, so I'm bringing this precept about to show how close we was to this prophecy being fulfilled. A centimeter away from this prophecy being fulfilled. It's crazy.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Cities would have been shut down, because now you got militias running around, shutting down cities.
Locking shit up.
You got the government locking down safe cities and cities that they got in control. You got Capitol buildings being stormed and took over. Banks shutting down. Banks got to stay open to make that money, man. So they shutting down. Now you can't get your money out the bank. Now the bank is closing. And then when banks close, what happens? Businesses close because they rely off the banks.
Yeah.
So now, yeah.
People gonna be trying to lead a country and can't.
Yep.
Airports, all of that shit.
All that shit gonna be shut down.
See what I'm saying?
We was that close to all this happening. You gotta get some more on that.
Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Now this still gonna happen. This still gonna happen. We ain't saying that it ain't gonna be fulfilled. But we just say, look, the Lord could have did it last night if he wanted to. He waiting on us. But it didn't happen. Just think about that. 1 centimeter, the bullet ripped through his ear. Your ear basically flat on your head. Mm-hmm. So if that bullet just over a little bit more, it's in his temple. He's dead. And all hell broke loose. All hell would have broke loose. Stock market would have been purged on the street. Banks would have been closing. Sedition amongst men. People against people, all that would have happened. But it didn't. Tough time for us right now. You got any quick
Hold on.
Tough times. That quick, that would happen. So I take that as a sign, like, okay, we got to do more, man. We got to do better. The Lord could bring, I took that as a wake-up call, like, okay, well, the Lord could bring the end in at any time. When you think ain't nothing going on, ain't nothing happening, ain't nothing big happening in the news, they just having their elections, that's going to go on for the next couple months or whatever. When you just thinking that, boom, the Lord could bring the end in.
Yeah.
In that precept we're talking about, like the Lord, like a thief of the night, or no, let me find something. You got it.
Yeah. But through that all though, right through all of that, the reason why it's so important for us to come together is because what's going to be, we need a foundation because that's coming. You see what I'm saying? So what we really doing, what we really saying is we crying out because we know we still weak right now. You see what I'm saying? We still weak right now. And this is Romans 8 verse 35. It say, who shall separate us from the love of the Most High? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. You see what I'm saying? So when all hell breaks loose, just like the brother says, it's going to be a civil war, but it's going to be a race war and all of that going on too. It's going to be lawless. You see what I'm saying? And guess who's going to be the, you got to think, because we are the hated of the earth. Out of all the people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, the true Israelites of the Bible, we are counted as slaughter for the sheep. I mean, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we need to come together and stop, like, because it's on display how ununified we is, even with trying to bring out the truth.
Yep, it's on display. Everybody see it. Vocab Malone, all the Christians, Catholics, that's what they look at. Everybody
So when you watching the animal kingdom, right, the Animal Planet, what do a lion or a predator do to a prey if they in a bunch, right? You will see them in a bunch and then they'll wait and they'll go after that one who strays off. You see what I'm saying? So we are the strayed. Us as a people, we are the strayed off. So we the weaker link. So we're gonna be the first that everybody gonna attack on.
Yep, they gonna take your shit. Because when the cities get shut down and ain't nobody going to work because it's a civil war and there's war going on, that means you ain't got running water no more. That's a job for people to go down to the plant where they gotta clean and process the water and shit like that. That's a job, like, to keep that stuff running. People got jobs to monitor things and keep things running.
Yeah.
So you ain't got running water, you ain't got running electricity no more. And what do you think these boys gonna do? They gonna come take it from the poor, from the weak. Whatever resource y'all got, we need that shit. We need it more than y'all.
Exactly.
Why they fighting against the government and shit like that? You see what I'm saying? I got a piece of. Get that in a second. Peter chapter 3, where it says the Lord come back like a thief in the night. Ezekiel 33, verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man up their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So that's what a watchman is. We watching these things happen and we telling you, look, if they would have assassinated him, we would have been this close away, or we were this close away from all hell breaking loose. We telling you how it's going to look. We telling you banks going to go down. We telling you jobs going to close. We telling you grocery stores going to close. We telling you ain't going to have water. We telling you ain't going to have electricity. You ain't going to have the necessary things to live. And then it's going to be dangerous in the streets because it's going to be weapons and guns and drive-bys, and the government's going to be fighting against white militias, and they going to be fighting against the black gangs, and it's going to be a purge. And we telling you how close we just was to that happening. And the Lord is giving you the warning by it happening the way it happened. And we watching and we warning you, like, look, man, y'all better get ready and prepared. This could happen any day. Y'all lacking, thinking nothing gonna happen, and it could just happen randomly. And we showing y'all. So y'all that's ready to go down to the next juke party, the next club, but y'all not focused on all hell breaking loose. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All y'all focus on is the next party that's gonna come up in St. Louis at the brunch. You know what I mean? That's what y'all focus on. And how y'all finna get fresh and get a nice little car to go down there and talk in some girls' faces, which I ain't saying it's a sin, but y'all not focused on this truth and that all hell could have literally just broke loose yesterday. Or today, or it still might break loose. You know, they may retaliate. They may say, look, just because you attempted to kill them, we finna retaliate. It might be some retaliation from this. So we gotta see over the next couple days, like the next couple months, that all hell finna break loose. 2 Peter chapter 3. So we been a while. So we doing our job by coming out here, speaking the truth to our neighbor and telling y'all, like, look, hey, this almost happened. We washing the blood off our hands. If y'all don't want to listen, brothers don't want to come down to camp and get this truth and learn it. Brothers don't want to hear that. Brothers don't want to listen when you speaking this truth to your neighbor, like you said in Zechariah 8. Hey, we washing the blood off our hands. You ain't hurting us because we got to work our own salvation. We just washing the blood off our hands.
Because we know we weak, but we strong with the when the Most High is with us. So for the ones who want to just be like, man, I got this, woo, and then you just depending on you and the little resources you got, okay, go ahead, do you. You see what I'm saying? When you read the book of Deuteronomy, it tells you about a war that was finna go on that we was supposed to go fight. But before we was supposed to go fight that war, we disobeyed the laws of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And we was still finna go up. And the Lord had spake with the king at the time and told him not to go up to fight because he's not with us. You see what I'm saying? So that lets you know when you gotta be on the Lord's side. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
What verse is this?
Where it says, come back like a thief in the night. Start like verse 8.
This 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8. It say, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Mm-hmm. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right there. And what does that mean? That means that the Lord ain't slack concerning his promise. We the ones that slack.
Yeah.
We the ones that got to get right, because it says what? The Lord is long suffering. He's not slack. He's long suffering, waiting for us. We can't say, man, the Lord taking forever. The Lord ain't, man, he should have took Trump off. Man, all hell could have break. Why the Lord didn't let it happen? Why is the Lord slack concerning his promise? We can't put that on the Lord. We got to put that on ourselves. So when we came out here, what did we say? We said it's on us. We take that as a sign that we ain't doing something right, that we got to do better. It's on us, man. And we trying to warn the people, and we trying to warn the brothers too. Like all that camp banging, all that shit, man, bro. We done came in the truth. We been in the truth for years. We done examined the different camps and what's going on, and we telling you, man, that shit ain't right, bro. That's not what the Bible speaks about. It's not of the Bible, bro. Like some of the camp names, which I ain't gotta explain. But we don't see those in the Bible, though. We don't see us being told, go join the ISUPK, go join the G. We don't see that in the Bible. So if it's not in the Bible, then that means that shit not important. But y'all make it more important than anything. The brothers in this camp said this and that. Bruh, that shit bullshit, man. And if you want to say, well, it was the Church of Berea and then this church and that church, or would it call yourself the Church of Berea then? If you're going to follow the Bible, let's follow it verbatim. You see what I'm saying? So stop the bullshit, man. You know what I mean? But the thing is that we trying to warn the people, like, look, we got to get our shit straight, man. Because the Lord waiting on us this morning.
Yeah. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
That's that second death by fire and brimstone. That's going to come like a thief in the night. How you think it's going to look? You're not going to be prepared for it, man. You're not going to know what's going to happen. Like I said last night, I'm telling you the truth, I was unprepared. And all hell could have broke loose. That literally was at nighttime. It would have been a thief in the night. All hell would have broke loose. And you wasn't expecting it. So now you should be on warning. You should be ready right now after you just seen what just happened. If you were slacking a little bit, now you should be ready, like, oh damn, yeah, this could happen any day. Let me start getting ready. He said that, people are going and buying bullets up again. The Edomites, they getting ready. The niggas, Jake is somewhere worried about a brunch in St. Louis that's coming up in a couple days. The Edomites, after Trump just got shot at, the Edomites, they at the stores right now. They at what's that one? Shields.
Yeah.
They at Shields over there. They at Shields. They at Walmart. They at the local gun shops right now buying bullets up right now. They getting prepared. Because when your ass got your little 30 drum or your little 50 drum and you out here and you getting a couple shootouts and you ain't got no more bullets left, they gonna have a stockpile. Your little drum 30, your little 30 clip, that shit ain't gonna last long. 30 shots done. You get in the shootout, you might shoot out 17. And we might be out here for months while all hell is breaking loose, man. Now you ain't got no more bullets. And you gotta find a bullet to go to your gun. You can't just go pick a bullet up because you've seen a bullet on the street and pick it up and put it in your gun. So now you ain't got no more bullets. While the Edomites, what they doing? They stop. Not saying to put your trust in that, but I'm just giving it an example of like how the Edomites are getting prepared. Right. They get prepared in a carnal way, which is still the wrong way, but they still trying to get prepared. We got to get prepared how? We told you. And it's truth, your spirit. You got to come back to the Lord. And we got to come together. Because the Lord, when all hell break loose, what the Lord going to do is he going to take a remnant and bring them into the wilderness. Tell you that Ezekiel 20. You want to be a part of that remnant, man, that's ready to go. Because you don't want to get that door shut on you, meaning that you end up not coming. So the Lord, all hell going to break loose. The Lord going to take a remnant, bring them together, and lead them out of that shit into the wilderness. Just like what happened in Egypt with Moses. It's all right.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Yeah, that's powerful right there. Looking for, hasten unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And that's what you got to be looking forward to. This is a wake-up call, what just happened yesterday. You should be, oh man, I was caught slipping. It was at nighttime. I called Cuz. He didn't even know what was happening. So Cuz could have been out there playing around and then all hell was for the break loose. And he didn't even know. I'm saying me too. I was lax. I was not ready. I was off guard.
Nobody was. I mean, I ain't heard nobody didn't know. A lot of people still don't even really even know. I just posted it on my like anything like that go on, it'll be all over Facebook.
Yep.
I jumped on Facebook today and still seeing not nobody posting nothing about it, because you got to think Facebook is social news. It's a worldwide social news. Mm-hmm. So why isn't it on Facebook? Why isn't it on Instagram?
Brothers ain't putting up videos. It was so late at night. It was like at 12. Like,
exactly. So
at least when I seen it.
Caught everybody off guard.
Yeah.
Is what we saying.
Yep. He had a Raleigh. It probably was earlier. The Raleigh was in the daytime, but it ain't hit news until way later. Like, I ain't see it. So it's going to be on there tonight, though. When people finally catch up to it, it's going to be on there. You know what I mean? So we going to leave it there. We're going to give all praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash.